Thanks again for joining us today. Welcome to our ATS and Acudor virtual learning session on the aesthetics of access. This is Natalia from ATS. I'm the architectural rep for Ontario. And here with me today, we have Scott Robbins, the Vice President at Nelson Industrial. And we are so glad that he can share his experience with us today. Uh, we know that you are probably getting a lot of training and webinars invites. So we want to thank you for taking a time of your day to be here today. Our goal is to bring you the most up-to-date products and innovations. We want to make sure you have the product knowledge to make quick decisions, and also that you have ATS standard recommendations available either on our Spec2 website or with me. You just need to contact me and I would be happy to help you. Before Scott take over, I just want to let you know that everyone is muted, but if you have any questions during the presentation, you can fill on the chat field or the Q&A, and I will be helping out Scott to answer you all. So I guess it's with you now, Scott.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. I know that, as was mentioned, you have a number of requests for presentations and various WebEx and Zoom calls. So I sincerely appreciate the time you've taken to sit through this, and I promise I will be as quick and concise and as informative as possible. First of all, how is my audio? Is it okay? No issues? All right, I will.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry?
It's good.
Perfect. So again, I am Scott Robbins, Vice President of Sales for Nelson Industrial Inc. Nelson is a manufacturer of various metal products. We're based in Pickering, Ontario. We have sales offices in Pickering, in New Jersey, Manhattan area, in Las Vegas, in Mexico City, and very soon in Dubai. So we really are a global company, but based in Pickering with manufacturing in Pickering. Today we'll be discussing two of our business units, first being Acudor, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of, and second being architectural metals. Acudor is at this point the largest and most specified brand of access panels in North America. Our product portfolio is extensive. We have access systems for virtually every application you can think of you would need, but today we're going to focus this presentation on the interior line. And so by interior line, I mean really those access products that are designed to have a both a utilitarian and a more aesthetic reason for selecting a certain door. Oh, and my screen's frozen. There we go. So this presentation again is the aesthetics of access, and we're going to look at most of the products designed again for an interior visual reason. So we'll start off with, why would you select a certain access door when your concern is strictly the aesthetic, the visual, the appearance of the access system? So here are 4 examples, and again, none are Acudor, of missized or misspecified or even just improperly installed access panels. As you can see, they really don't do the job of what an interior access door is supposed to do, and that is to blend in seamlessly into the indoor or into the environment, into the wall or ceiling that it's installed into. They're very visibly, they stand out, they don't blend in. So these are good examples of doors that weren't spec'd and weren't installed with much thought or care. So we'll start with kind of our most common interior door, which is the DW5040, kind of a multi-purpose door. You can see here it's installed in a fairly standard residential or office environment. This door has corner bead that's designed to fit behind the interior drywall. Typically, it's a smaller door, not normally used in a larger application. It's a formed door panel, no sag, smooth finish. Again, it has a concealed hinge. You can see the hinge here is hidden behind the corner bead. Very small locking mechanism. And again, with proper mudding and taping, sanding and painting, it is a fairly, it blends in quite well into the finished wall. Very similar door is the DW5015. Unlike the 5040, which you can see right here, it does not have the drywall pre-installed in the face of the door. But again, very similar application, can be used in similar environments. So it's a recessed door to accept a 5/8 drywall on site. The door face blends in with surroundings quite well. Once again, a concealed hinge. It has the perforated flange and concealed door frame. And once again, with proper taping and mudding, blends in very well, ends up being quite hidden in the finished wall. I should mention too, with the metal used in this door, it is really well applied in corrosive environments, so it can be used in bathrooms, other high moisture environments. The DW5058. So this is one of our newer doors. We really see this as kind of the flagship door, if you will, for the interiors line. It's a very multi-purpose. I'm just muting my phone here. It's a very multi-purpose door. I mean, it really can be used in a variety of different environments. It allows for really tremendous, easy access to the mechanical behind the wall. This door was just released late last year, and it does come in the square and the round. Obviously, round is a little more unusual. The round door is really only used when it's designed to match either a light or a speaker in the same room where it is also round. But more often than not, it is specified as a square door. So again, it's a recessed door with a pre-fitted drywall. That means we do install the drywall in the door before it leaves the factory. Can be filled with either 1/2 inch or 5/8 drywall to meet the drywall thickness of the wall it's going into. Aluminum frame, so it's very resilient to moisture. It's a very light door to install. The door, and actually if you get a chance, there are some really good installation videos on YouTube or our website. You will find an install video for this exact door. It does show how easily this door does come out from the frame. Unlike a door with a traditional hinge, the 5058 does come entirely out of the wall or ceiling if you need complete access to the mechanical behind it. It does come powder coated white, and there is a felt gasketing all the way around the door to prevent any kind of light leakage behind the finished product. So while again, this is certainly a newer door for us, this will become, I think, likely our most specified interior product in the very near future. So again, just a quick comparison of the DW series, all very similar. You will notice that the 5058 does not have the visual lock, again, making it kind of the preferred access door for really specified interior environments. So moving on to the FW and FWC series. So FW simply means wall, and WC means wall or ceiling, but really more so in ceilings. So these doors are fire rated, meaning we have gone through fire testing on these doors. Very often you're going to find in a fire rated wall environment, a door that's not fire rated installed, which means what you're doing is you're jeopardizing the fire assembly of that fire rated wall, be it 1 hour, 90 minutes, or 2 hours. So we have gone through the extensive testing to get this series of doors fire tested, meaning, again, you're not jeopardizing, you're not compromising the integrity of that fire rated wall. So a little more about these two doors. They are recessed again. They are fitted with a fire rated Type X drywall. They accept a skin coat, once again, blends very well into the finished environment. They are zinc coated, meaning it's going to resist corrosion in a high moisture environment. And you can see the testing standards there, which are CAN ULC S104 and UL10B for the states. And the sealing is ASTM E119 or NFPA 251. Now, I should mention about 20 to 25% of our business is specials and access doors, meaning it's either a custom door or it's a custom size of an existing access door. With the fire rated doors, we are limited to 24 by 36 as the single largest size that we can still apply that ULC or UL rating to. So again, just keep in mind that while we certainly can design, engineer, and manufacture customs for you, there are limitations in fire rated doors. So this one is the DW5058TD, and T simply means, or sorry, TD means it's designed to accept the tile. So again, tile is applied on site like this. Once again, obviously it works well in a high moisture environment. Whoops. Here's an example that you saw before of a door that really wasn't designed to be installed in a tiled environment. You can see the visible difference. So again, it comes with the pre-fitted tile backer board. We are going to install some sort of a cement board or a cementitious product to accept tile on site. The most important thing is that the hinge is recessed, so even when the tile is applied on site, it's not going to affect the opening of the door because that hinge has been installed behind the finished face. So the tile, when installed properly, won't affect the proper opening of that access door. So the TD5025, again, very similar, a door designed for a tiled environment. The big difference here is it does not have the pre-installed drywall or tile backer board, and is designed for heavier tiles. So your marbles, any kind of a larger, heavier tile. Again, the big difference is that we don't pre-install backer board. It can be done on site, or if the tile is thick enough, does not require the backer board. And again, it's a much heavier hinge and latch to accept the larger, heavier tile. Once again, you're going to find installation videos, installation demonstration videos for this door on our site and on YouTube, just to make sure that the installer understands, proper application, if the tile is large enough, how to properly block, bridge, or frame out the studs behind this door. So again, FB5060TD, once again, it's a fire rated door designed to accept the marble wall. So again, it's designed for fire rated walls. You'll see here it's not for ceilings, but for walls. And again, it's designed to not compromise the finished fire rating of that rated wall. I should note too that this door here can come up to 36 by 48 and still qualify under that UL or ULC designation. Kind of a niche product here, the VFCD DW. So this is essentially a door designed to hide the mechanical ventilation HVAC system, either in hotel or condo units, goes in front of air return grills. Once again, drywall comes pre-installed. We do a decent amount of this door, but again, it's much more of a niche product than the DW5058 as an example. All right, so getting into more of the still aesthetic, but also quite utilitarian doors. So very often we will see a spec for a high STC interior wall, be it a boardroom like this, movie theater, any environment where sound control is critical. Again, it'll be a very tight, well-defined spec on an STC rating, but then a generic 2x2, 2 foot by 2 foot, or even 2x4 access door is installed. which does nothing but compromise the sound control values of that interior room. So in those cases, the acoustical door, the ACD 2064, is the right spec. This door does have the STC testing done on it, as you can see here. So again, it's really going to be very similar to the 5040 in terms of the finished interior appearance. What it's going to do is give you confidence that you are not jeopardizing the STC or the OITC rating of that room. UF 5000 FD. So FD simply means it's a formed door, meaning it has this this rounded frame around it here, and it's designed to be installed in areas where a stucco finish is required. It can be installed either interior or exterior. You're seeing it interior here in this restaurant photo. But again, it really is designed to accommodate a stucco finish. Again, probably kind of a niche product, but still an important spec when you know that stucco is going to be the finished application. ADWT. ADWT is not a door you would specify for office environments, for any kind of residential condo interior walls. It really has its niche in hospitals, clean rooms, labs. It's an entirely airtight, watertight door. So it helps you really control whatever you're trying to control in that, that interior environment. You can see the various testing that's been done in this door. So you can see the ASTM E283 test and the ASTM E331 test, which is air infiltration and water penetration. Now you'll commonly see this door in clean rooms, labs, mechanical rooms. I think we actually just shipped out quite a large order for this door to a cannabis production site. So any kind of pharmaceutical environment like that, it's a very common spec for us. And this door comes in stainless steel or powder coated steel. Now I mentioned specials. About 20 to 25% of our business in Acudor is in specials. Now this is an example of a true special, in that it wasn't based off of an existing access door. We really like this kind of project, one, because it's great for our portfolio, but two, there's really only a handful of companies globally that have the engineering or manufacturing expertise that we do to be able to design and coordinate and manufacture truly special products like this. This is an example of a custom access door that we've recently installed into Times Square in New York. We were brought really nothing more than a mechanical spec on size and what was behind these doors, the finished environment they're being installed into. It was a very cooperative design process. Excuse me, and this was the end result, which is a fully gas strut operated multi-compartment watertight door. It's installed into granite benches in Times Square. As you can see, it's quite large at 92 inches long, and I believe the intent is a 10-year life cycle. So you know, designed to be a very durable and yet still concealed product. So again, we really welcome the chance to be involved, interact, let us consult on any specials, requests or needs you have for access systems like this. Now, I did promise that this presentation would be focused on the interiors line, so I will just quickly mention that obviously we are certainly quite a large manufacturer in roof hatch and roof level penetration and access systems. This is really just a snapshot of the most common kind of generic 4x4 roof hatch on the market. I won't say much about roof hatches except for, again, I'm sure you're all familiar with roof hatches. They're installed into virtually every commercial industrial building. We do have the full spectrum of standard roof hatches: electrical, self-actuating, mechanical, hydraulic, again, in all the standard shapes and criteria. We are about to launch, actually, I think next month, the thermally broken roof hatch. So the big difference here is even though the other roof hatches are fully insulated, the big difference here is that the cover, not just as wide cover and cover, that's a typo, but there really is a true thermal break from the cover into the curb or walls of this roof hatch. Not only is it of a higher R value than your standard roof hatch, but it really does thermally insulate the exterior from the controlled interior ambient environment. So one, it's going to have a higher R value, higher RSI value than your standard roof hatch. But also, there are cases in extreme exterior colds and warm interiors that condensation can be a problem with roof hatches. This is really designed to prevent any kind of condensation because we are fully thermally breaking the exterior from the interior or the part of the curb that does connect to the interior of the ceiling. And then finally, we really do find the majority of our success in the roof hatch market is in the highly engineered, highly custom, bespoke, large roof access products like this. I hesitate to even call these roof hatches because they really aren't a typical roof hatch. We're commonly brought in to help design roof access systems where regular access for cranes through a roof environment for equipment or for materials is required. So very large roof access systems like this, so 118 by 126, it's actually one we're doing right now for a site in Quebec, I believe. We do find a lot of success with our engineering group in being involved at an early stage to help the designer really understand what he can do, what limitations exist, or the size and kind of functionality of a custom bespoke roof access product like this. This is a series of roof hatch or roof access systems that we have just finished manufacturing for an oil field in Kuwait. I believe the last one shipped out I think early March, if I recall correctly. So we did a number of these for this oil field in Kuwait. And I mean, they're massive. They're 16 feet wide by 16 feet long, double leaf, electrically actuated. These are designed to allow consistent access through the roof level for finished goods. Again, I mean, it's a job in Kuwait, and a company out of Pickering was brought in because there are so few companies that have the experience and engineering to be able to design, manufacture, and create installation drawings for a product of this type. So a little more just with the standard roof level accessories, safety products. And that's it for access doors. So before I launch into architectural metals, should I stop for any questions here?
Is there any questions or comments anyone would like to do? I don't think so. I think it should go with the
Architectural metals?
Yep.
Okay. So I mentioned that Nelson is a manufacturer of various metal products for the construction industry. Acudor is our most high profile, our longest existing standing brand. Architectural metals would be a very close number two. Architectural metals is a division of Nelson that was started in the late 80s and covers primarily interior metal finish systems. So ceilings, column covers, interior wall panels, and some exterior grills and screens. So unlike access doors, again, it's much more on the decorative side. While there are certainly fire reasons or some functional reasons why you would work with Nelson on the interior finishes. Again, it tends to be more of a decorative product than the Acudor line is. So just a little more about Nelson. So founded in 1973, based in Pickering. As I mentioned, we have facilities in Canada and the US in manufacturing, and in Mexico for manufacturing, and then sales and engineering offices in US, Mexico, and Dubai. So in architectural metals, we typically will find our Nouveau line, which is our brand name for the architectural metals line, in sections 057500, 074213, a number of different sealing products. We really kind of focus our architectural metals line on a variety of metal sealing systems. So 095100. You will find some specialty or custom metal sealing systems by Nelson, like baffles or security sealings or expanded metal sealings in 09. And as I mentioned, we right now do focus most of our exterior products in section 10, which is architectural grills and screens. And I will go through these examples fairly quickly. So under section 057500, decorative formed metal column covers. So a pretty common product. Column covers are used in virtually every industrial, large commercial building, really designed to hide and protect the structural member in those lobby areas, in the exterior porte cochere areas. It could be structural steel, could be concrete, but you will find some sort of aluminum or stainless steel column cover, as everyone knows, in a lot of ICI type buildings. So we really are quite adaptable with our column cover finishes. We can do a number of different textures, colors, patterns, stainless, aluminum, milled steel. Well, typically column covers do tend to be aluminum for weight reasons, for durability reasons. Again, they are available in a variety of finishes and textures and colors. One thing I will mention is if you're looking at a column cover, I typically shy away from a high gloss finish, and the reason for it is people just at the height that you find column covers, they tend to get a lot more abuse than ceiling or wall panels would, and they will show fingerprints or scuff marks. So I always recommend designers look to a less glossy finish for column covers than you might on, say, a ceiling panel or an elevator, only because, again, it's going to need more upkeep and a lot more cleaning. Section 074213, metal wall panels, interior and some exterior. So much like column covers, we're really adaptable. Wall panels will typically be for acoustical reasons. And again, there are certainly some fire reasons, there's some sanitary reasons, ease of cleanliness or maintenance reasons. But more often than not, if you're going to see a wall panel spec, there will be an acoustical reason for it. So it'll be perforated. We will supply some sort of insulating material like a sound text behind it to achieve a higher NRC value to it. So while it certainly looks great, it's much more durable than traditional drywall product. It also offers, again, a much higher NRC or sound value than your typical gypsum interior. So again, as mentioned, just some of the NRC reasons why you would look to a decorative metal wall panel system. So acoustical ceilings, as I mentioned, we really made our name as a supplier in this division in architectural metals in the ceilings market. Here you'll see an example of what we did at Pearson Airport probably 8 years ago now. So we did all of the torsion spring and lay-in ceiling panels in kind of the major Terminal 1 renovation. I think it was 8 or 9 years ago now. We continue to this day to still be supplying Pearson with various ceiling panels in parts of the airport, train stations, airports, bus terminals. Really that transportation infrastructure type market is where we've really found our wheelhouse. There aren't too many companies, too many competitors that do more in this space than we do. The product lends itself very, very well to this environment, again, for upkeep, durability, and sound performance reasons. So I'll go through this very quickly. Some advantages of specifying metal ceilings: durability and longevity. Metal ceilings are less prone to cracking, warping, billowing, or showing signs of damage in the event of water infiltration. Metal assemblies also offer access to mechanical systems housed in the plenum without fear of breaking fragile gypsum or mineral tiles. I should elaborate on that. So we do design, whenever possible, both the wall and ceiling systems to allow for easy access to the mechanical behind that wall. So unlike a drywall finish ceiling or wall where you would need to put in, ironically, an access door into a certain spot in that wall, metal wall and ceiling systems can be designed to give you access to virtually any part of the mechanical behind that wall. So for ease of access, it just makes sense to specify a metal product in those environments. Secondly, we're also obviously very comfortable at designing integrated solutions. So we quite commonly, and say in the security ceiling market, we will integrate an access door into the metal wall or metal ceiling system. And that way you're getting the exact access point you need to access mechanical without really seeing any difference whatsoever in the finished look of that interior environment. Interior climate control, acoustic performance, as I've mentioned, design flexibility. As I mentioned before, Nelson really isn't a commodity supplier. Well, we certainly have the products like baffles or 2x2 torsion springs that are fairly common and we spit out on a routine basis. We really encourage the design flexibility of metal. We've got a very experienced and large engineering group here in Pickering. So we encourage you to reach out to us and let us help you design a custom bespoke solution for your projects. As I mentioned, there really are fire and flame containment advantages to a metal ceiling system. And then finally, the surface and coating options. Whether in public spaces, labs, or hospitals, metal ceilings satisfy the highest hygiene and even clean room requirements. As an inorganic material, metal does not support the growth of mold or mildew like gypsum ceilings are prone to. All right, this is an example of a project we finished probably 2 years ago now. We did both the, you can see the decorative moon landing facade up top, and then the grill and screen that says Discovery fence area. So it's a pretty broad category, grills and screens, but with our laser and our punching and our various NC equipment pieces we have in Pickering, we really can perforate or laser cut any kind of custom design you're looking for. As long as we get a CAD or a DXF file of the design or finished look you're looking for, we're really, again, really adaptable in giving you kind of that unique custom look for the grill or screen. Perforation patterns. You will find on our website, or I can always email it over to you after, our standard perforation catalog. We have a few dozen standard perforation patterns. While we certainly can give you, again, a custom, unique, more aesthetic looking perforation pattern, just for cost control reasons, we do have a fairly broad catalog of existing perforation patterns to choose from. Typically, you will see this kind of pattern you see right now on the screen in a ceiling system. I should mention too, to maximize the NRC or the acoustical properties of a ceiling system, we typically suggest you look at a perforated area of around 20 to 23% of the ceiling. So just some non-standard applications. So metal accents, some ornamental metals. Again, looking at a cover for a walkway. You're seeing our work in elevator areas, both in cabs and around it. So it's nice that we can really blend in the interior, the various interior environments together, or even the exterior and interior environments to create a consistent look. We're doing that right now with a number of US projects where the exterior walkway, the ceiling system selected on the exterior is the same as the interior. So it kind of gives you, again, a nice consistent look throughout the entire building. A quick project profile. This is a really amazing project we finished. I think we finished it last year, but started in 2018. A lot of you might even use this, this station. This is the Vaughan station. It was quite a high profile and large site. So we manufactured in 2018. It's over 10,000 square feet of stainless steel ceiling panels comprised of both perforated and non-perforated panels, creating a kaleidoscope effect for the commuters, the users of this station. The 690 ceiling panels supplied comprised of 55 different types and sizes. And then 39 skylights, you can kind of see right here, they were integrated into the panels. So we had some areas where the panels were up to 5 feet deep. And not only were they all curving on the inside, we also had to make sure that we were curving multiple panels in kind of a coordinated manner to ensure that the skylights would bring the full amount of light into that indoor environment. This is the finished look. Again, a super impressive building. We supplied both that variety of ceiling panels and then the wall panels that integrate down towards the floor in this back area. And then Arborite. So Arborite is our proprietary wood grain product. The wood grain is what it sounds like. It is a laminated material that's heat sinked onto aluminum, and it gives you that look of a wood ceiling, really quite impressively, wood wall or ceiling, but still have the benefits of a metal ceiling. So inorganic, better fire resistance, more dimensional stability. So again, all the benefits of an aluminum metal product. It really gives you that super impressive wood look. Commonly, you'll see it in ceiling panels like you see here, or in plank style ceilings, or in baffles. We do a lot of baffles with this material. So again, it's going to give you kind of that exposed timber look, only in an aluminum product. So that kind of wraps up architectural metals quite quickly, as a matter of fact. Any questions?
We don't have any questions.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Andre from IBI Group. I have a question regarding the first part, access panels,
Right.
and doors. So I've heard complaints from contractors about drywall recessed hatches, like DW5015.
Okay.
And the complaint was that it's not really suitable for heavy duty use because drywall tend to crack at the corners around. So my question is this probably something wrong with installation, and there are special requirements for drywall contractors that probably people don't know?
Yeah, again, that's a very good question. So more often than not, the problem is they're not following either ours or a competitor's installation instructions. Whenever it is a large door, or it's a door being installed that's carrying a heavier load, be it a thicker drywall, even a tile finish, we always recommend, as you'll see in the installation videos on our website, that the drywall contractor frames out with steel studs and steel track the area around that door. So you're not relying on the drywall to carry it. You're relying on the blocking and bridging of additional steel behind that door. So a typical 12 by 12 or even 12 by 24 door, I mean, it really shouldn't be a problem for the drywall, but if he's installing a 36 by 36 or maybe a 2 by 2 heavier door, we really do recommend following the instructions and framing out the studs behind that access door with additional blocking and bridging. So again, if you hit our website, you'll see installation videos for the DW series, and it's going to show how to properly install the additional structural support for that door. But again, it's a great question. It's a very important question. I thank you for asking it, because I think, you know, despite being in this market for 40 years, I think there's still a lot of contractors that maybe skip that step. So it's a very important step when installing a larger access door.
We have another question, Scott. Do you have any examples of arborite installed on walls? Do they have any STC and fire rating tested?
I can certainly look for an example. I believe you can maybe faintly see the arborite here in this image here on the wall. We don't do a lot of arborite on walls. It is more commonly used in ceilings. I mean, ironically, we are about to start a hospital project in Chicago area using it on the walls, both interior and exterior. So yeah, I mean, I can get some pictures for you, some kind of some wall focus pictures, and there's no reason why you can't do it. However, it is just more commonly seen in ceiling applications. In terms of fire rating, it does have fire ratings. It has the E84 testing done on it, so you're not compromising the fire rating. Yeah, I should mention too that in terms of ceiling and wall applications for the arborite, there are various levels, kind of coating options of the wood grain. There is a wood grain product that we do produce, a little more expensive, but it is more resistant to UV damage. So it's important that we understand the application, be it interior or exterior of the wood grain, to make sure that we are offering the proper colors and patterns for the exposure, the UV exposure of the finished product.
Thanks, Scott. Is there any other question or comment? So I don't think so. So thanks, Scott, again. Thanks for your detailed presentation.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, for attending. If you have any other questions or project you would like help with, please feel free to reach out to me or Scott. We will be happy to help you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.